Vlog number 2.
Welcome to Warwick Castle Hotel.
Here it is. It looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah. Looking forward to this.
Oh. So they do lodges as well, but we're in the hotel.
Yeah, I think they do glamping as well.
I think they do like medieval night tents and things as well.
Yeah, they do. So here goes.
Here goes. Let's see what we see. Oh wow.
So we're in room number 320.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, am I gonna?
Go on then, Gary.
Oh, let me just go straight.
Do the honours.
Oh, that's bizarre.
Oh.
Let me get us some light.
Yeah. And that's Warwick Castle, where we'll be going tomorrow. So we're staying somewhere in those grounds. So that's the fancy shower with the fancy paintwork. Towel rail. The usual toilet. Shower gels, etc. So we're going to go for a medieval buffet, which is just over there in the hotel restaurant. And you've got to walk across this bridge, and we're going to show you the walk across the bridge and the restaurant, and you can join us for evening meal.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Peaceful.
This is all brand new, this, but you know. Very nice. It's very themed, but very tasteful as well.
Yeah. It's a knight's tavern. No, knight's table.
Knight's table. There is a knight's tavern though, isn't there? Medieval music playing in there as well. It's a buffet. Looks like a nice buffet, doesn't it? So that's where we're going to be going, the knight's table. So this is the tavern where you can get a drink and a meal. So you can order a meal at the bar and then a slow pan round. There's a place there that you can, like a teepee, that you can sit out and have a drink in on an evening or during the day. And I think those are the cabins over there. Yeah, those are the lodges there. So that's all catering lodges. Now this looks delicious. Get salad bowls, meats, vegetables.
Nice salad buffet. Some sauces. I didn't know if you wanted to be in it or not.
Yummy.
Enjoy your dinner, Mrs. Thackeray.
Miles away, then I did, thank you.
Good. Nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was lovely. Did you enjoy yours?
I did, yeah. It was lovely. Had a right pile. I'm stuffed.
Oh, bless you.
Nice. See you in a bit.
See you. Hello and welcome to Warwick Castle Hotel.
We've got his crest.
Oh.
The Thackeray crest.
I will warn you though, if you come and stay here, we didn't realise that Warwick Castle is like, well, you think you did?
Well, it's obvious. It's kind of obvious.
I didn't think. I just thought it'd be like Bamburgh Castle. Well, a lot of castles are family themed, but this is like a proper family theme. So if you like a quiet, quaint castle,
it's owned by the people who own Alton Towers and Madame Tussauds.
Yeah. I didn't cotton onto that fully, but it's fine. It's nice. It's nice what they've done here. This hotel is fairly new, and it's a nice little area, isn't it? For evening meals, and the breakfast was a bit buffet breakfast, which is about.
It were alright. The ingredients quality would, I'd say, blur.
Yeah.
They were like average.
Yeah.
They weren't brilliant, but they weren't shit. But they weren't. But they weren't fantastic because I know there was wheat in the sausage.
Yeah.
Anywhere that's got wheat in its sausage, poor sausages, cheap. Because you want meat, don't you, in your sausage, not flour.
Yeah.
You don't want flour in a sausage. What are you thinking?
It's a bit ick, innit? But yeah, the tea
Sorry,
last night.
my rant over.
The tea last night was lovely. It was buffet tea, but it was nice, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It's quite expensive, but it was nice. It was good quality stuff. There wasn't a lot of choice. It was like a carvery, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But they only really had 2 meats.
Yeah.
So they only had gammon and chicken.
They had a bit vegan stroganoff though, didn't they? And they had a pie, but obviously we couldn't have that.
Yeah.
There was still about 4 choices, and there was veggies and salad bowls and desserts.
The salad was lovely.
Yeah.
Really nice salad selection. It was Think Harvester, but 10 times better. Because Harvest's a crap. Right, but yeah, it was really nice, wasn't it? Really nice salad selection, and the desserts looked alright. They were a bit. Yeah. There's only one we could have, and we had to ask for it because it wasn't even on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The room we're staying in is a family room, so if you're actually into your, well, we didn't book a family room, but we've got a family room. But if you're into your family rooms, I actually think this is a good one because it's got plenty of space. Plenty of wardrobe space. It's got this area here for the mum and the dad, or the mum and the mum, or the dad and the dad, whoever you are. It's got area in there for, there's 2 bunk beds, isn't there?
Yeah.
And the bathroom it's got like those little, I've never seen them before, but it's got 2 toilet seats on it. One for big bums and one for little kiddie bums.
So it was fine for my little bum.
I was something when I saw it, I was like, what is going on there? And then I realised it's for a child. So yeah. And well, obviously I've never been to Warwick Castle, so I've no idea what to expect.
No, we're gonna suck it and see.
Yes,
and see where we go with it.
We'll catch up with you later today.
Yeah, definitely. We'll let you know how we got on, and yeah, we'll see what there is. There's a castle. There's lots of brick.
Yeah.
Other than that, we don't know.
No.
So we will catch you in a bit.
Yeah. See you in a bit.
Bye. Welcome to Warwick Castle. We're here. Let's have a wander. Charming. Ah, right. Maybe later. Here we are, boss.
Well, yeah, it's actually quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's giving me like castle vibes, but in a different way, if that makes sense. Like winter castle vibes, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Well. Have you got winter castle and Alnwick Castle and Bamborough maybe, thrown together.
Nice, isn't it? Is it a wet moat or a dry moat? It's a dry moat.
Yeah. I bet these grids here could, well, it's called a grid, is it? These doorways could tell a tale.
Yeah. I forgot what they're called now. Yeah, I forgot what they're called now.
Princesses, dukes, duchesses, ladies, servants.
Some people have lost their life through this passageway. Quite possibly. Either defending it or attacking it. Oh, wind. Wind tunnel, quite literally.
Definitely giving me Windsor Castle vibes, this.
Yeah. There's a shop in the corner there, selling, by the looks of it, wooden swords. Don't feel as big as Lincoln Castle, does it?
Do you know, we just, Gary, I didn't want to put a damper on this vlog, but I was just stood here thinking, is that it?
Henry. Catherine of Aragon. There she is. Anne Boleyn. The next one.
Jane Seymour.
Anna Cleves. Catherine Howard. And finally, Catherine Parr. Got some of their portraits on the wall as well.
Yes.
Well, they've got access to Madame Two Swords, I suppose, so there you go. That'll be why they're such a good
I did wonder, you
wax.
answered it because I've never... This reminds me of that corridor in the Vatican, remember when I was flipping out? And it went on and on and on. It doesn't flip me out, this corridor. It doesn't go on and on, but you don't remember it.
Yeah, it was a lot wider than this though, wasn't it? Oh, porridge pot. There's a lot of porridge in there, isn't there?
Oh yeah, could do with that. I love porridge. Porridge, seeds and strawberry jam to sweeten it with.
I think you just have to fill it with strawberry jam, wouldn't you?
Oh, I do. That's my tipple, is that in the morning?
Window's nice.
Yeah. I'm impressed actually.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
My worry was that I'd tacked it up, but with it being run by who you said it's run by,
Yeah.
but they actually haven't. We've got a happy medium.
Yep. Where are we going next? Oh wow. Another big corridor. I think we're nearly done.
Yeah, you go over across in the middle of the room. There's a royal tea party room where I think it's Queen Mary.
Oh no, we've got another room. We've got another room. I'm going to do
A gentle swish.
a Meghan swish. Oh, it's a chapel, so probably shouldn't be filming in here, but we'll... Beautiful, peaceful chapel, isn't it?
It is.
Some of them all feel a bit oppressive, don't they?
Yeah.
This one feels really peaceful.
Yeah, it does. It's got a gentle energy about it.
We're back in the main room. Anybody want to go to a royal party? Let's go. Oh, got more wax figures.
Now this is where I had a bit of a moment when we walked in to the main entrance and I was like, oh my god, I'm actually seeing a ghost.
Oh, that cake looks nice. Do you want to see a bit of cake and tea?
They look so sad, don't they, these waxworks?
Very lifelike.
Good, isn't it?
I'm expecting that lady to start talking to us in a second.
Welcome to the Royal Weekend Party. This was one of many social gatherings hosted by Daisy Preble in
I see the wall is
and
Lisa.
her husband Francis.
Mona Lisa? I don't think so.
In 1898. Their parties frequently lasted from Saturday until Monday.
He looks like Siegfried out of...
He does look like
Siegfried out of the... What's it called?
Oh, Creatures
Oh,
Great.
Creatures, doesn't
He does, yeah. Maybe they've took him out of Madame Tussauds to in here. Bit of a dark painting.
Oh, God.
I was just about to say, I thought it's a depiction of the princes in the tower, of allegedly a crime of Richard III,
Yeah.
and it is. Let's have another look at it. No sign of Richard.
No.
No. People don't know where they're going either, do they? They're just all over the freaking place. I'm filming. Virtue.
He became a major of the 4th Canadian Cavalry Regiment and saw active service between 1915 and 1916. He sustained interest
Then they went over the row.
song. His time as a soldier came to an end, and he returned to his role as a war correspondent heading to Russia in 1917 to witness the revolution and the rise of communism. Lord Brooke was a man who wanted adventure and believed war was a glorious thing. This came to an end in
So it's just touched my lip.
You're joking. And anybody fancy a bath? Because the maid is running it for us.
God, I thought that was for January.
Daisy also established a private zoo on the island.
Oh, lovely. Look at that.
And out there, monkeys, a baby elephant, and a regular peacock.
I've seen that at Downton Abbey, innit?
Yeah. I know there were sad times and women were restricted, but God, they were gorgeous, weren't they?
Mm.
Despite what many considered a frivolous lifestyle, Daisy became influenced by socialism.
Another bath for the Lord of the Manor. With his cigar.
Yeah, with his valet.
Jeeves.
Yeah.
Jeeves the Wooster here.
Someone's just tugged on my bag.
Maybe it was Jeeves wanting to carry it for you.
The last of the great eras, this really, wasn't it? The Edwardian era.
Well, it was for the people who were getting waited on.
Oh yeah, true.
Maybe not,
yeah,
you know.
definitely. That's what I mean. I know that. I've said that earlier.
But again, the servants probably had a reasonable lifestyle. I know they were working all the
Yeah.
time, but they weren't,
Yeah.
they weren't in the poorhouse, were they?
No.
So, interesting.
Yeah.
Castle.
Pop in.
The alarms were raised by the footman and house steward at around 2 a.m. The Earl and Countess were not in residence at the time, but two of their children, Lady Eva and the Honourable Sydney, had to be rescued from the nursery by the house steward.
Smell the lavender.
Yeah.
The interiors was extensive.
Look at that bed. Could have a kip in that, Miss Anne.
It is thanks to the Dowager Countess and her husband, George Greville, that the apartments were rebuilt and refurbished in the aftermath of George.
I think it's just an ante room. I don't know what that is. Oh, flashing about a bit, but hey ho. Where are we going next? What do you think? Another bedroom? Yep. Do you eat Lou?
That was a hot water bottle, wasn't it?
It might actually be a hot water bottle, yes. Yes. This is making me very vocals. I can't see ropes. I thought it was a room you could walk into. Another long corridor. Ooh. Oh, overlooking the main room. You can spy on everybody as they're coming in and out. Have a wander down the corridor.
Oh, it's in the stained.
Beautiful stained glass windows. I missed one, but let's keep going. Another look over the top. Make sure there's nobody there you want. I don't want to go for a meal today, and Joe Bloggs is there. I might stay upstairs. Bloody hell, Lord Penbridge is here. Bloody hate that fella.
Oh yeah.
Oh, tell him I've got an headache. An entranceway.
After the Tudor dynasty, the castle ceased to be owned by royalty as it was granted to Falk Greville by King James I. However, royal visits still occurred. In 1858, Queen Victoria and Prince Albert visited the castle and dined in the state dining room. Their visit was concluded by the planting of trees in the castle grounds. Anna in 1986 and Prince Charles in 2014.
Really fancy wood panelling. A Plantagenet. Can't say it. We've got Dudley, Greville, Gary Neville's crest. I love that. It's got red in it as well. De Beauchamp.
I'm not getting involved in saying these anymore now.
De Beauchamp. De Newburgh. Must have a... Oh, stairs. Ooh. Spiral stairs. Very difficult when you've got varifocals on. I thought I'd film this just in case I come a crop, but at least I'll make 500 quid while my leg sealing. I think we're coming to the end of the experience.
What an experience that has been.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. And... Oh, I wasn't expected to come out here. Here we are. We'll probably have a wander up there to Ethelfled's Keep. I don't think that's the name of it, but...
After a coffee, my love?
Yes, of course we will. Coffee time. We go in. Here we go. Have a coffee.
Nice, isn't it?
It's nice, isn't it? Medieval theme.
We're that desperate for a coffee that we've sucked half of these without realising we've not filmed them.
There's no decent coffee in the hotel. Well, there was Costa, but it was a crappy machine, wasn't it? Not a proper coffee machine. And so it would have been contaminated with milk. But hey ho, these are all nice. Right then, the castle's under attack. We're going to have to go to the final fortress.
Conqueror's fortress.
Yeah, but it's the final fortress in the castle.
Is it?
Last defensive position. You ready? Conqueror's fortress then, so this is like the keep. The last defensive position in the castle. Oh. And away we go. Not sure how steep this is going to be. Oh. Oh, these steps look steep. Oh. Nice view of the castle and the castle grounds here. It's a path we've meandered up so far. Right then, let's enter the last vestiums of the keep and see what we see. Oh, wow, there's a tree up here. Time. There she is. Beautiful views over Warwick and the parkland around the estate. The river flowing past, which is probably part of the main protection of this castle. Interesting. Well, this is where they'd all congregate as a last line of defence. There'd be a meandering path to fight your way up. Very interesting. St Mary's Church there in Warwick. Beautiful. So, there's another exit off the keep. Whether this was there originally, I had no idea, which would have meant easy access. So maybe this has been put in at a later stage. Let's have a wander. See if we can meet Claire again. He's picking up a lot of energies up there, I think. Didn't really feel anything myself. I was seeing if I could channel Lady Ethelfled, but nothing coming through for me. Oh. Makes a nice peaceful moment to walk down. Lovely views going down. Oh, sun's out. It's starting to get warm today. So we meander down the mound that it's built on. Oh. It seems a lot easier to go down than it did to come up. Coming round back towards the castle grounds. I think it's going to take me outside the castle just now. More stairs. And yet more stairs. We're getting towards the bottom now. Here we go. Last remnants. Ooh! Nearly came a cropper again. Concentrating on cameraing and not some food stalls. And the other entrance into the castle. Oh, there's the boss sat on a bench. You alright? Good? No, I didn't feel Ethelfled.
Did you not?
No. It's alright though. It's not much there to see really. Just an open space. It's nice views though.
Yeah, I came down and I was considering every time I tried to come back up, it was like I couldn't get up. Really.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Next.
we're right in the middle of eclipse energies right now, actually.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to just sit on a bench and rather than push yourself into. I mean, if you're comfortable with it, it's fine. But when you don't feel comfortable with it,
Oh.
I get strange in castles, don't I? In some places.
Yes.
Yeah, weird, isn't it?
It is.
Like I was all right doing all that.
Ramparts next. See you in a bit. Right then, the Tower Ramparts. The question is, will Claire want to go up here? We'll find out at the top. dry moat. Mowed the grounds, I think. Looking quite quiet. Early season. Right, I want everybody to remember that number just in case. Right, I think we're going up there next. Okay. Let's go. Mind me head. Oh, and I banged it. Oh. Nice, it's steep. Imagine trying to fight your way up here. God, I suppose that's what the design's for. Oh, dark. Oh, question for everybody. Why is it spiralling this way? Anybody got the answer? Let me know in the comments. Oh. I'll see you at the top. And nearly out of breath. We're nearly there, I think, because I can see light. Ooh. Oh, wooden door. So there we have Warwick. Maybe another day. The battlements I've just walked up as well. Devastated if I drop my phone right now. A view over Warwick. Nice. Another view. Trying to do all the way around the compass, as it were. Back down. Oh God, just as windy going down as it is coming up. I'll see it when I get to the bottom. Stopping point.
against the might of the French king. The English have marched relentlessly through the French countryside, burning, capturing, and ransoming towns and castles along the way. Now a vast French army awaits at Poitiers. The fate of two kingdoms.
Oh, and out to another tower. So, from one tower to another along the battlements. So unfortunately I got waylaid as coming down the stairs. So the reason why they're spiralled that way is so that people defending can fight with their right hand, and the people attacking have to fight with the left. The right is in the way of the stairs. Interesting, eh? Only any good if you were left-handed. Yeah, so if you're left-handed you're okay, but if you're right-handed, you bang against the wall. So you always want to be a left-handed attacker. Oh. Not really that much to see up this bit. Don't think you can get up any further. Oh. Now it's back down again now. See the bottom?
We therefore lawfully declare you an excommunicate and heretic, that as a limb of Satan cut off from the church, infected with the leprosy of heresy, you are to be abandoned to secular justice, lest you infect others, giving her hands to be kissed, usurping divine honor, a heretic. For these crimes, let her be canonically and legitimately punished and corrected according to divine and canonical degrees, and all other due the appropriate ends. We, the Inquisitors, by divine mercy of our noble lords, Bedford and Warwick, have declared a just verdict that you, German, commonly called the Maid, have fallen into various errors and crimes such as schism, idolatry, invocation of demons, and many others. After you recanted your errors, alas, you fell into the same errors and crimes, like a dog returning to vomit. We therefore declare that you have fallen again under the sentence of excommunication, and we declare you a relapsed heretic. We therefore lawfully declare you an excommunicate and heretic, that as a limb of Satan cut off from the church, infected with the leprosy of heresy, you are to be abandoned to secular justice, lest you infect other limbs of Christ, and we do so abandon you.
Up again we go. Oh. To work out. Oh. It looks like I've gone the wrong way. Back the way we go, and it's this way. Caesar's Tower. People have got bored of the towers by the looks of it. There's nobody up this one. I've got it all to myself. Oh, that's a nice little street, isn't it? White water as well. Looks like it's my bag falling on my arm. Lovely. And hopefully, I'm getting tired now. This might be the last spiral staircase down to the ground. I bet you're getting as dizzy as me. See you at the bottom. After many stairs, he said, yeah, I think this is it. I think it does actually. Let's have a look. Oh, it does. Oh. Just a fire exit. There we go, we're out. Oh. While we're here, let's have a look in the jail. I'm not sure Claire would want to go down here either. The trapdoor there. Quite oppressive down here, I've got to say. Yeah. What we're thinking, solitary? Quite possibly. That's a brutal hole in the ground, isn't it? A really brutal hole in the ground. Yeah, I think some nasty acts happened in this room. Feels cold and oppressive. I mean, we are underground almost, but very cold and oppressive. Whew. I'm getting out of here. And here we go. You can see the trapdoor that they shut people in. Oh, the sun is welcoming.
Night to night. Show, so it's 11:41. Through that archway down directly diagonally, go through, go left, look down. And it's fantastic. Thank you. Thanks. Bye guys. Bye. Even okay, if you could even get on to the floor. Oh, this might not. Individual Merlin Magic Pass. Who gave it to you? Hang on. Oh, I think you passed 450. Is that card? There we are. And I'll get you to fill in another form. Whatever she works.
Ah. Oh, that's a castle for a bit. Let's see what else there is. Oh.
We did that.
Yeah. Hey, are you alright?
Dying animals too. They simply cannot pass up such a good opportunity. Now in 1818 these birds suffered one of their harshest setbacks, and it was in fact due to something called taxidermy. You see, in the Victorian times, specifically in 1818, the taxidermy trade blew up and everyone wanted themselves a stuffed bird of prey. And the white-tailed seagull, being a third bigger than the likes of the golden eagle, made itself an extremely pleasant attraction for these people to take. Now, they could do this in observational regions as well as educational purposes like we are today. Now, these birds have a very special adaptation that allows them to be so successful when out in the wild. You see, they have polarised vision, allowing Sky here to detect any movement or prey that's under the water surface and see it without the glare or reflection that we would often see when looking into the water surface. Truly an incredible adaptation that allows these birds to stay on top of their game and in the apex position. Now this is Sky's final flight, folks, so when he lands on John's arm, feel free to give him a round of applause. So you have seen the wonderful Nikita at the back. Now these birds are called stellar sea eagles, and they really are stellar to look at. Incredible birds with enormous beaks and these lovely white shoulders and white tail too. Now these birds, as I said, are indeed the largest and heaviest of all eagles found in the world. The only two that you could compare them to would be the likes of the Philippines monkey-eating eagle from the Philippines and the harpy eagle from the South American jungles. However, these birds really do take the top pedestal. Now, they come from an area called the Kamchatka Peninsula, which is in the northern, eastern and western seas of Russia. Now, in this peninsula, it is extremely hostile and hospitable during the winter seasons, dropping anywhere below -30 degrees. So you see these birds rely very heavily upon their dense plumage as well as their well-oiled feathers to keep them warm in these conditions. Now they also rely on this large banana-shaped beak coming out the front of their face, because you see this beak acts as their ripping tool, because you see these birds favour the likes of salmon. That would have to be their favourite of all foods, and when they pluck a salmon from the peninsula's water and fly to a safe spot to eat, by the time they've landed, their food will have frozen solid. So this beak is used to tear apart lumps of frozen flesh and then devour it in time. Now these birds during the summer months will often take a small hiatus over to the likes of Japan and Korea, where they are highly revered for their beauty and feathers. Now the name for them over in Japan is Owashi, which I believe is a lovely little name for these incredible birds. Now these birds here have not only been flying at Warwick Castle for the last 15 years plus, but they've been up and down the country at almost every agricultural and game fair there is. Believe me, these eagles have seen it all, done it all, and got a very large collection of t-shirts to show for it. Now these birds, as striking as they may be, unfortunately are considered as an endangered species, with only 5,000 of them left in the wild, so any conservation efforts we can do would greatly increase our. And he is indeed our oldest bird that we have for our flying team. Ernie shall be making an appearance shortly, and he is our 30-year-old Barrow's eagle owl. Now, being a Barrow's eagle owl, he is indeed the largest eagle owl in the whole continent of Africa, with the only two birds, Eurasian eagle owl from Europe and Asia. Here he is. What a lovely boy. Often called the giant eagle owl or the ferocious and vicious eagle owl. However, my favourite name for these birds is the milky eagle owl. Now they get this due to their eyelid colour, which sounds peculiar, but it is indeed very unique. You see Ernie's eyelids at the moment are a lovely shade of pink. However, during breeding-like conditions, them lovely pink eyelids turn milky white, and his Latin name of Bubo lacticus also refers to such transformations. Now these birds are incredibly lazy out in the wild. You saw Tink, the first bird, he was all over the skies, couldn't get enough of flying, whereas Ernie here is slightly on the lazy side. You see, these birds would be called perch hunters out in the wild, and effectively their job is to sit in a tree or on a rock and become the tree or rock. Now I'm just going to have to shout Ernie. Oh, maybe I've got his attention. He's got the wings for an old boy, I tell you. There you go, good fella. Now, as I was saying, these birds are incredibly lazy, so their day consists of blending in with a tree. They have what's called crypsis, which is the ability to blend into their situation and environment dependent on the tree. And believe me, Ernie next to the Lebanese cedar tree over there, sometimes birds of prey take about 5 years to reach a stage of sexual maturity in which they grow out their adult plumage. So you see, Henry, when he was born, was all brown all over. However, after 4 or 5 years, these lovely white feathers on the head and tail popped through, therefore declaring him an adult bird in adult plumage. Now, he's got an incredible ability to break up his outline when flying over the water. The tail and white head is synonymous with a fishing bird. All fishing birds will either have the white tail, the white head, or both, and it allows them to be broken up when they're full, nothing's looking up and thinking, oh, that looks like an eagle. Instead, it looks like a large pair of wings instead.
Here he is.
Now, Henry here is a fish-hunting bird by nature. However, he's all dead animals, as well as anything they can really get their hands on. And he's demonstrating right there the clinical accuracy he would have should he be plucking birds from the sky with an opportune moment. Now, he is indeed the largest bird in North America. However, he has been seen further south. In fact, the bald eagle has been spotted. These birds will really travel as far as they need to in search of an adequate home.
Do you expect him to get onto
Now, he's doing an incredible job for us today, and he's using them large wings to propel himself around the arena, and that lovely wedge tail to act as his great, allowing Henry to be clinical at every moment. Now, these birds are incredibly maternal as well. They're great parents, and they often mate for life. In the mating ritual, these birds will go up to a couple of 100 feet, at which point the male and female
Fortunately,
will
Claire, they've got to eat
and they
something.
I know. It's when you see it, you just think, see the little
now, at the
chickens.
critical moment,
At least
they
they
will
went
leave
alive.
their feet, and that proves them just how strong a bond
Or put in a
they
blender.
have managed to create. Now, that is Henry's final flight, folks. Give him a round of applause. He's done very well indeed. Ian Condor. Now, looking at her, she is visually striking, as I've said. However, she is more commonly related to the likes of storks and flamingos, rather than eagles and birds of prey. Now, this is an event called hyperbole. Sorry, folks, I've forgotten the word for it. But it's convergent evolution, and it's where two birds from completely different parts of the planet have met and formed the same species. So you see, Rosie, being a New World vulture, which means she comes from the Americas, is a descendant of a stork. However, the likes of the African vultures and the Asian vultures are all Old World vultures, meaning they are descendants of eagles. Now, it's very apparent when you can look at their feet, because you see Rosie has enormous feet, however they're not incredibly powerful. She's got very long spindly toes and almost like a can opening toe at the back. Rather useless feet indeed, however her power comes in her mouth and her beak. Now, the Old World vultures have much more eagle-like feet, very capable of grabbing and tearing through flesh. Now, these animals are incredibly important to the ecosystem and are considered keystone species because they are nature's cleanup crew. They eat all the dead and dying animals and therefore can eradicate all the disease and viruses they may have died from. But that was Rosie's final flight, folks, and this is the final bird for today.
Turkey vultures. These are really hard to spot. It's so orange.
Bless you, bless you.
Oh, we're little then, aren't we? Oh, there's 3 of them. Oh, 4. Five? Yeah, loads of them. Oh, 6. They did the fly there. Isn't it? Right, I think in the height of season they have an island that you can go on. But you can't go on it today. we see some nature. Look for the gardens. Hope for the wind's not too windy and it's not getting picked up on the mic.
No, it is quite windy. Oh, that's the cafe up there. It's quite windy, isn't it?
Yeah, probably should be using the mics, but hey ho. We'll catch you in a sec. Beautiful trees. Absolutely beautiful trees.
Yeah, lovely energy.
Little oasis. A little oasis in the ground. Right then, let's have a look round the garden.
Yep.
Oh. And the cafe, I think.
Yeah. Looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A bit more civilised than around there. It's a little bit chaotic.
Yeah. Let's, should we walk up the middle?
Yeah.
Let's walk up the middle. And here we are up the middle.
It's got Georgian vibes up here.
It has, hasn't it? Very Georgian. It reminds me of, didn't they have some, a pool out, a lake house at, oh, wow. I went oh wow for a second there because I saw a little peacock hiding. Bless it. It's just chilling in the sun. Or hiding from us. One of the two.
Hiding now, isn't it? What's it?
Very good.
Legs.
Right, Evelyn, I'm going to make this really clear. Do not attack birds.
See, now it's look at that.
Taylor falls out there.
See how it's reacting to the naked.
Oh, sweetheart. You woke up, haven't you? That's your little sweetheart. And we continue. After waking the peacock up. With a bit of Reiki. Oh, I need a wee.
Oh, that sounds.
I know.
Oh, God, yeah. Not good, beautiful.
Yeah. We're getting the full scenery first. And then let's have a look at the peacock. Hello. How are you? And another one. Obviously no females around. Because they'd have all the feathers out. Strutting their stuff like they're in the nightclub. But we've been on a few interactive experiences which were too awkward to film, so we
Yeah,
haven't
they're
filmed
good
them.
though.
We'll have a natter about them in a bit.
Yeah.
But that's us from Warwick Castle at the moment. We'll see you back at the usual table for a quick natter tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you then.
Yeah. See you later.
See you later. Bye.
We're here, we're back, we've made it.
We're back from Warwick Castle. We're back from, yes, Warwick Castle. I was going to say the other place that went to, but that was already been wrapped up.
Yes, I think we did, yeah.
I'll be glad when Mercury retrograde as Mercury retrograded off.
Yes.
Right
off.
So, it's a couple of days afterwards because we went there during the possible biggest eclipse so far this year. And the energies were very intense that day, weren't they?
Yep. And then the royal family started to do stuff, so we filmed different videos yesterday.
Yeah, as it we're now on that bandwagon again. Anyway, what were your best things about? I always want to call it Warwick Castle, and it's not. It's Warwick.
Warwick.
Warwick is in Northumberland.
It was smaller than I thought it was going to be. I've got to say, I weren't expecting it to be as small as it was. It was definitely not as big as Lincoln Castle. But they had more in it inside. Obviously, Lincoln Castle's more of a museum. But Warwick Castle has like a stately home in it.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. It is owned by Merlin Entertainment, so it's the people who
bear that in
own
mind.
Mad and Two Swords, half of Blackpool basically.
Yeah.
I think they own Alton Towers as well, potentially.
Yeah.
So they own quite a lot of entertainment stuff. And so it is more of a kiddies rather than historical.
But they do have a happy medium because the historic house bit, which looks like a castle, but it's more set up like a house.
Yeah.
I thought those waxworks were amazing, and I thought that was really whoever's in charge of that and whoever's working on that, 10 out of 10.
Well, like I say, they've got a very good contact.
I know, but even so, I'm trying to get the pluses and the minuses.
At Mad and Two Swords, who have come leaps and bounds, I'd have said,
Yes.
from the old waxworks that you can see
Definitely.
in some of these museums.
Yeah. I would say they need to update their history in some parts of it because their history is quite old, as in Richard III going on and on and on about the princes in the tower. They need to update that. And they also need to sort their food offering out because their food offering was horrific. It's the only one I've been to where it's like, what? I mean, there's a lot of Costa sold. I don't think they serve their own coffee.
No, it's Costa.
And everyone is on the Costas all the time, which is just like, oh my God, the environment and the energies, it's just like really caffeinated. If you know, you know. And it's, I like going into these houses because I'm a bit pot, I want to joking. And you get a nice cup of coffee or a nice cup of tea, a nice sandwich on a plate. But there was none of that. And if you've got intolerances, don't bother, take a pack up. I would say whether you've got intolerances or whether, if you just like a nice holistic, simple life, I would say pack up a nice picnic. Go into the castle early doors, get there first thing, get around the internal castle tours, get the tours done, and then go off and sit in a quiet corner away from the muggles. Because honestly, we felt it, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I mean, yeah, it's got some nice spots. There's a nice walk up to what we would call Ethelred's Tower. It wasn't Ethelred's Tower, but I know she had a defence there at some stage. And then there's a couple of like, which you didn't film because it's a bit awkward to film it, but what you call it, like, not interactive, but like video sequences. And there was like that one at York where we went, but it wasn't on a, you didn't travel through it, you walked through it. So it's like a tunnel through time almost. So like experiences, weren't they?
They were good. The experiences were good. It's just the food thing was a bit...
Yes, you can't get past the food. We went into what would look like a really nice tea room. I did start filming it. We filmed walking in, and then it's probably not even going to make the video, to be honest with you, because we went in, sat down, got a nice menu, and it's like, they don't really do intolerances. They do vegan and they do vegetarian, but they don't really do intolerances. Yeah. It's okay. They will. They'll do something. Yeah. They'll be able to make something. They've got some bread, and they can just make the sandwich slightly different. So we're waiting ages, weren't we, for somebody to come and see us. And eventually when they did, it goes, we don't really do that. They might have some salads, because they had like a fridge, didn't they, where like I'd take away sandwiches and salads and things. No sandwiches. Or we might have a couple of salads that you could probably have.
And they weren't nice.
And they came and it was just like sweaty salads in a box.
Chicken and bacon and all that shit.
Yeah. And he says, I can plate it up nice for you.
So it was like,
well, all right.
you know what? Yeah. So we nearly had a meltdown. I nearly had a meltdown. It triggers me a lot. I get triggered easily by stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just people and just this constant. It was weird. Yeah.
It's a good place to go, especially if you've got kids. I think it's a really good place to go.
Yeah. The falconry stuff was good.
Yeah, that was the birds flying. You know, we got a bald eagle.
Yeah.
Any Americans watching? That's their national bird.
Was it the golden eagle?
No, it's the bald eagle.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's definitely the bald eagle. I'm pretty sure. Put in the comments below, it is the bald eagle. Gary is right. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm pretty 100% sure it's this. Everybody thinks it's the golden eagle, but it's the bald eagle.
God, I can't hope it's golden.
It's like a bald eagle.
Swear to God, I hope it's golden.
I'm 99.5% sure it's. Now Claire's got me wondering, but I'm pretty sure it's the bald eagle with a white head.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Bald eagle. Right. Yeah. So the Falconry show was good. Birds of Prey. There's not much in the way of grounds, is there?
No, if you like again, we love a walk around the grounds.
Mm.
There's not much to do in the grounds really, to walking wise.
Mm.
But it's okay. It's nice.
Mm.
It's not as big as I thought. It's not what I'd got in my mind.
Mm.
Like I said, I'd get there early doors and I'd get the internal tour done.
Mm.
And then you can decompress because otherwise it's.
I'll go during the week. If you're not that enamoured with having kids knocking about, go during the week or something like that, because going on a Saturday was a bad idea. We try not to do that. It's just the way it works out this trip, isn't it? Because we tried to squeeze too much in.
Yes, as per usual. But that's it.
But yeah, we're not dissing the place. Just few that's not our cup of tea.
And just different ways around it to be, forewarned is forearmed. It's not about not going to these places. It's just about realising to put your own. Yeah. And
go more in season, because a lot of it was shut. A lot of the food offering, they might have better food offering because they had loads of food trucks and stuff, and they were all closed. And they had a few more like entertainment stuff over the river, and all that was shut. They had like I forgot what it's called, like a trebuchet over the river, and you couldn't even go over the river. It was all closed. So I don't know what they do over there. Maybe they do the jousting and stuff like that when they do it. Maybe they only do it on special events. I don't know.
They do jousting and stuff.
But have a think about it if you're going to go Warwick Castle. Definitely. If that's the stuff that you want to see, some of the medieval-y kind of stuff, pick your day, I think. Make sure it's definitely on. Other than that, it was alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright. Yeah, it was alright. Yeah. I think that's it, isn't it?
Had a nice
The hotel
birthday.
was alright, had a nice birthday. The buffet was nice on an evening. The hotel, I felt it was predominantly for families again. Bear that in mind, but it's not a problem.
It is a family, yeah.
The breakfast was a bit.
It was blah.
okay.
It was blah.
Yeah.
I'd say it was just blah. It was mediocre, but it wasn't nasty. All the offerings was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just average, bang average, I'd say.
And again, if you get a bit icky, like we do over buffets and people touching it and energy on it, get into the buffets early doors.
Before it's been picked
But I think
at.
if you're icky as well, especially with kids and stuff, can they think? We see all sorts, don't you? Or blowing the nose over food. Like the morning set of.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, the food offering looks alright. I think again, hotels need to pick up the game with intolerances because generally we do without rather than have substitutions. It's can you do some toast? No, we can't do any toast, but here's a bread roll, and I took it out from under the counter in a plastic wrapper, and it's like, okay, it's fine, it's a bread roll, it's better than nothing, but you can't have any toast.
Laziness.
I just don't want to buy a toaster that don't put normal bread in. It's not hard, is it? I don't want to do it, but and then obviously there's no other like continental offering really, other than cornflakes. And a bit of fruit. So yeah, pick up your game, hotels.
Yeah, because
especially the sausage department.
we'll talk about hotels. We'll more about hotels on our wrap up next.
Yeah, natter. That's coming next.
Yes.
Well, maybe not next. It's probably coming before this.
Yeah.
Actually, by the time I get this done.
Bless you.
We'll see. Right.
See you in the next one.
So long.
Bye.